everyone. Welcome back to our Finally One podcast.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Natasha.
And today we got
What we
kind of
a
interesting request. But before we read it, shout out to the young lady who sent in this email all the way from Africa. Before we get into that, how you feeling, babe?
I feel good. I felt tired when I came in, but I'm here. Finally One podcast.
You here?
Got energy now.
What that mean? How you get just energy?
I don't know. I guess the camera lights in action.
Is that right? That's how you feel today? That's how you feel today?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. Same thing. Just doing a lot of work, doing a lot of stuff. But yeah, all in all, I'm good. Excited to be, well, I'll say this. Grateful that God is showing me, let me turn my phone off. God is showing me the power of what's in my tongue, the power in what I put before my eyes, the power in what I decree and declare, and things are happening. So I'm grateful for that.
Speak it. Grateful
for that reminder. All right. I want to do a icebreaker real quick. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm going to do an icebreaker. It's just a question, and we both going to answer it. It's one of those just questions, which one would you pick, right? All right. You ready? It ain't that deep. You get all nervous when it's something you don't know. I ain't tell her I was going to do this because I wanted this reaction right here. Hold on. Let me pull it. I saw it. I had it. Okay. All right. Which one would you choose? $10K a month, right? Mm-hmm. Guaranteed, doing nothing, or $100K a month, but you got to work 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday. Which one would you choose?
So it's $10K doing nothing, and how much for 12 hours?
$10K a month, guaranteed, doing nothing. $100K a month, but you got to work 12 hours a day.
Every day of the month?
No, Monday through Friday, 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday. So basically you're off. You got to work 5 12s, but you're off on the weekends, but you get $100K a month. Which one would you
for
choose?
the more and working the 12K.
You gonna do
12 hours, yeah. Because I want more.
I ain't. Give me the 10K a month to do nothing.
Wow.
And but why I say that is I know how to turn that 10K into the 100K a month. You get what I'm saying? Like, you could turn that 10K into 100K a month and still do nothing. So I would rather not work 12 hours a day. Like, I couldn't do it. It would have to be something that I truly enjoyed. So say like, it had to be something in sports. So maybe like working for the Chicago Bears or something like that I enjoy, that I would do 12 hours. But even then, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
12 hours is a lot, but I ain't mad at you. You could definitely do.
Off on weekends, like I've always said, I'd rather do a job Monday through Friday, work it, and be off on weekends. And then have money too.
You funny. All right. So the question for today, you could cue it per question, but the question, before we read her question, we're going to discuss it. Because when I read her question, this is the question that came to mind to me. Is there somebody for everybody? Like, do you believe that there is somebody for everybody? Do you believe that?
I don't know. That's tough because, I mean, there is somebody out there for you, but us as women, we're picky. And we might be looking at the wrong thing and wanting the wrong thing, and we're gonna get passed by because we want this, that, and others. So
great point.
Yeah.
Great
I mean,
point.
it's possible that there is somebody out there for someone, but I mean, you just got to be open and willing to not having all of what you want, like your list.
I agree. I just think so. Like even, I wonder even for the guys who are, under 6 feet, right? Why don't girls or women who are under 6 feet or under 5'11" or around the same height as the short kings? Why do they have to have somebody taller? You get what I'm saying? Like
Right.
why when you want to be equal height with your partner?
I mean,
You're Amazon. You about 5'11". So, but
sometimes I feel like I'm on the same as you, and I'm like, I can't stand that.
sometimes if you wear
Yes, it
wear
like,
certain heels. But what is that though? What is
I
that?
don't know. I guess just the looking down. I don't know what it is, but
What's wrong with looking? What does that play? How does that play in? I just want to understand a woman's psychology.
I don't say that there's nothing wrong. Like, but I mean, if that's the way you feel, like,
Okay, let me ask you this question: Would you trade my new heart for me being taller? Like, would you trade my heart for height?
would I trade your heart now?
For height, like if
For
I was,
height.
like I wouldn't have the same heart that I have, but I would be 6'3", 6'4".
No, because your heart right now is like immaculate. It's bigger than big. Like, no,
So should that be a focus of a
no,
woman?
it shouldn't
But
be
think
a
about
focus.
that though. Think about that though. I believe, so many women are passing up amazing men who with amazing hearts, who love God, who would honor them because they're governed by the Father and would treat them right, all because of their height. And I think that, some people say, would you rather be single for the rest of your life versus date somebody that's shorter than you or the same height? Like, is that a good trade-off? Or even, and let's keep it, we said when we started this podcast, we're going to keep it all the way a buck, right? So, so you'd rather be single with the possibility of living in sin, passing up the short king, but letting the tall dude come and knock you off here and there when he has time, and you let him creep and y'all hooking up. Like, is it worth it? That's what I'm saying, because let's be honest. Let's be honest. It is truly hard to be completely abstinent. You know what I'm saying? When your body is functioning. So, are you okay with not being sexually active and being in the will of God and passing up the short kings?
That's a good point. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I need y'all to chime in though. Tell me what it is about it that we just can't overlook it sometimes. Cause I was the same way. I was not dating no shorter dude, and I was a little bigger too. So I'm like, he got to be tall and handsome But I mean, like you said, we may be missing out on our blessing. Like, why is that going to stop you? Like, a good heart over a teach. I mean, I can understand.
A teach what?
A teach, him being shorter.
Why are you doing your hand like that?
A teach.
A teach shorter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that those types of things. Now, let's be honest. I understand preference, right? You would prefer for him to be taller, but
And I guess that's how, I looked at it as my preference. But I mean, if that person came along and that he was shorter and he had a good heart, he was handsome and, saw me for me, like, then probably I could.
I think that, I think there's two things I think women should take off their list, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of high priority on choosing a mate or getting to know a guy. Number one is height.
Yeah.
That should be taken off. And if they have a beard. Like, I think those two things are the most superficial things that I don't even think that mean anything. Does that make sense? Like, it just doesn't mean
The
anything.
beard is a little different. I could see like the beard thing. I don't have to have all of out here or whatever, but the beard makes the man more attractive. Like it
How?
makes him look
Now
older,
listen.
like not like a youngster, and you know.
One thing about if I cut off my beard, I would look crazy.
Yes,
I do know that.
Yes.
So you tell me I look crazy before I grew my beard?
Yeah.
Before I grew my beard, you
Like,
was looking at me like I was crazy?
Like, yeah. I mean, well, I was with you and we were married, but it still was like a weird, like, you look funny.
Stop! I'm talking about, so you talking about all the way majority of our marriage, you looked at me like I was look crazy without a beard?
Not crazy, but it was just like a weird thing. Like your face looked weird, and now you're still as handsome. But
the beard wasn't even in then.
Right, but like looking, and I guess looking back now, like.
Oh my gosh.
But I just that thin
So
line, like right
my
there.
baby face. You didn't like my baby face? So you wasn't attracted to me when I had
was
my beard?
attracted to you. I was, but I
What's the
mean,
but?
I guess me looking back at you now, it was just always weird.
What was weird?
You having that face, and then you was chunkier and like, I don't know.
Wow.
And then I guess I was mad at you all the time too.
Wow.
Like,
I'm talking about now. Like looking back now, you
I
wasn't
could not
attracted
see
to me.
you without that now. Like, don't
I'm
mess
shaving
up
it
and
all
try.
off. And what you gonna do?
I ain't gonna do nothing because you talk about me being bald headed. So.
I didn't say you bald-headed.
Yeah, you did.
Stop.
You did.
Stop.
Tell the
I be
people.
joking. I be
Whatever.
joking.
Whatever.
So you telling them our jokes?
I mean, we
Wow.
keeping it 100, right?
I do joke with you. Take that hairpiece off. Let's see. Let's show them what
Dirty.
you got.
You dirty.
Show them what you got.
You took me through a lot. Stress.
No.
Stress did it.
No. Them chemicals.
I cut it off.
Them chemicals and listening to, them girls doing the big chop, and it's been hard to grow back.
It wasn't listening to that. I had to cut off, like, because I had damaged it so much. So.
Oh, good. But see, when guys.
Yeah, let's talk about that. You talking about they don't want no bald headed girl.
No, wait a minute. Pause. When guys have preferences, we get jumped on. Okay. My personal opinion, I don't think guys want no bald head woman. And when I say that, like if she got a fade, you know what I'm saying, a low fade with waves and Caesars, that's just my personal opinion, right?
Talk to the people. Look at the people.
That's my personal opinion. Now, I'm no fool. If for say medical reasons she loses her hair or something like that, most solid men, it doesn't even matter. Like just say God forbid something happens for medical reason, you lose your hair. I ain't gonna care. Like you get what I'm saying? We locked in. Or whatever. But I think that's
ladies are
once
very
again
sexy with their little pixie cuts and
I like pixie cuts. Pixie cut is more like a pause. Pixie cut is more like what Jada Pinkett made famous and stuff like that. That's fine. I'm talking about the chicks who get the waves, right? Like I used to cut my hair with the fade on the side. Like no, I can't see it like me rubbing your fade.
Stop.
I just can't do it. Like that's not something that would be attractive to most men. But to be perfectly honest, a lot of men, it don't even matter. Like, it doesn't matter. But when men get into preferences, we get in trouble. But a woman can say how tall a man needs to be. He needs to have a beard. He needs to be making X amount of money. He needs to be doing this. He needs to be doing that. And I think a lot of women miss out on great men who, quote unquote, may not have those things checked off. Most important should be, hey, is he a man of God? Does he have a heart for the Lord? Is he sold out? Is he truly living it? Can he cover you and your family in prayer? Is he a protector? Is he a provider? Does he make your heart feel safe? I think those things should be, is he a man of integrity? Is he a man of character? Can you trust him? You know? I think those things should be most important before you get into height, beard, and all of that stuff. Because I mean, let's be honest. When you're talking about men who are 6 feet and over, make over 6 figures, bearded, handsome, all of that stuff. You're talking about the 1% of men, and you got 99% of
probably
women.
out there with everybody.
The options. I've always had options. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said that type of thing shouldn't even be important. Is that a fact or fiction? Mm-hmm. Am I lying? Options.
But we didn't have all those options.
Y'all do. Y'all got more options of men wanting to sleep with y'all. Y'all don't have a lot of options of men wanting, to wife y'all and marry y'all. What's up, everybody? I'm Kelly.
And I'm Natasha.
Listen, we are now accepting dates for marriage and relationship workshops, trainings, and panels. What are some of the topics, baby?
Yeah, topics including but not limited to are restoring trust after infidelity, communication, restoring the intimacy, becoming one, how to win in your finances, before you say I do, and are they the one?
Listen, this is perfect for churches. This is perfect for conferences.
Yeah.
This is perfect for marriage and couples ministries. We would love to come visit you and be a part of your next event or your special event. All you need to do to get locked in with us, see if a date is available, send us an email at admin@kellyandnatasha.com or just go to the website kellyandnatasha.com. We would love to be a part of your next event.
Yeah. That's the thing.
So,
like, dude can just hit it and go. Like,
right. Oh, I saw this girl on TikTok say, she said, I know I have a controversial take on this, but she was like, I really believe that men, like how a man feels about you has nothing to do with whether or not he will cheat. Right? And I agree with that, right? Mm-hmm. What governs me now is wanting to please the Father, number one. I do not want to disappoint the Father. Secondary is how I feel about you and not wanting to hurt you. But number one is me wanting to please the Father.
Good answers. Good answers.
Why are you looking at me like that? You funny. All right, let's read her question. Wait. Before you read her question, let's answer that. Do you believe that there's somebody for everybody?
I answered mine. I think there is if you open up your heart and...
I don't know if there's somebody for everybody. I don't know. Okay.
I'm kind of on the fence too, but
I'll say it like this. It can be somebody for everybody.
That's better.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like if we're realistic with what's important, like if I could go back, what would be the most important thing? Like most important 3 things. Well, 2 only come to mind right now. Is she a woman of God? Like is she truly sold out for God? Number 1. And number 2, does she love me for me? Right? Does she love me for me? And number 3 would be, has she began her healing process? Those would be the most important things.
That's a shame because there's like not a lot of guys out there that are at that maturity level where they're looking for, or even to say that they're a man of God. Like,
Yeah, that they're, like you said, they're looking for a wife. Number one, they don't know the benefit, right? They don't know the spiritual benefits of a wife, right? And there's not a lot of wives either.
True.
There's not a lot of wives. There's more wives than there are men of God ready to get married, right? So we talked about, I think it was on the last episode, maybe. I don't know if it was on the last episode. But we were talking about, dang, I had it. I lost it. I lost it. Dang, okay. No, it was the episode before last about shacking and all of that stuff and before you get married. Like, a man who's not a man of God and who don't understand the spiritual benefits of marriage and covenant and favor and all of those things, what would be the incentive to get married when he's getting everything from that woman? Like, there's no incentive. Like, when I was out there, it's like you could have your way with a woman's body. They do anything for you and all of this stuff. Like, why get married? And you don't have the pressure of commitment. You don't have all of these other things. You get what I'm saying? So, not putting this on the women, because I believe it's God gave man the instruction. So at the end of the day, it's on us, right? But women don't understand their power. The day that women decide that they're no longer, sleeping with men without a ring, and that there's going to be qualifications, that this man going to commit to you and give you his last name and go to that altar for you. The day that women stop sleeping with men outside of marriage, it's going to change a lot of things. I believe so. But it's the man's responsibility to have self-control and cover women. I think it's on us. For a long time, I put it off on the women. But as I've matured into a man and understanding responsibility and our responsibility to cover the women, whether they're our wives, mothers, but I think that it's a man's job, period, to cover and protect women, including their heart, by not even sleeping with them. Like, if you know your intentions are not to marry this woman, or your intentions aren't right, period, like, leave them alone. You should not be engaging with a woman. You should not just be dating. You should not just be sleeping with women. You should be dating to find a wife, or leave them alone.
That's good.
That's good. All right, read her question, because we didn't talk a lot already.
Dearest Kelly and Natasha, sunshine greetings to you from Africa. I am an early childhood educator by profession and also have experience working with special needs children. I just came across a video of you talking about how important it is for women to have developed patience. This video got me curious enough to research more about you, and I think that your story is remarkable. I think that true, authentic black love symbolizes black excellence, and it is very obvious that is what you two have. Aww. Mm-hmm. I am 45 years old, single, and never been married, have no children. I really hope that I have not missed the God-given opportunity to be a wife and mother. I have been single for a very, very long time, and it gets lonely. I have tried, and it gets, that's the same thing. I have tried to be proactive by putting myself out there, by mingling at church functions, social events, and family gatherings, but have failed to meet a man with whom I have that special connection. At some point, I was seriously thinking about relocating to the US/UK, but the COVID hit, and those plans have been paused. I am particularly attracted to light-skinned black Christian men, born between 1977 and 79. Okay, with the specifics. At the end of this year, I wrote down that I want to be introduced to my husband in the new year, 2025. And therefore, I am sincerely asking if you know if you know of a man that would be interested in genuinely getting to know me. I am not perfect. I have flaws with some shortcomings. And I am willing to allow myself to be vulnerable to my person and hopefully grow together. I am also high functioning individual living with schizophrenia. I was diagnosed 23 years ago. As long as I take my medication, I am able to function normally. I would really love for you to help me find my person if you are able to. I truly hope to hear from you soon.
Don't
stay
say
blessed.
her name. Yeah, I was going to say don't say her name.
I didn't know.
Okay. Whew, that was a lot. First, let me say this. I don't know that we can help you find your mate.
No.
I think you are doing the right things. Do I think you miss God? I don't. What I was hearing and what I saw while she was reading that part, I saw Abraham and his wife and how old they were when they conceived the promise, right? So you can't never miss God. Like you're not late. You are not late, right? This has been my analogy about, once you become a child of God, right? And I believe that all of us have a destination, right? And have a place that God called us to be. And think about a GPS. Even when you take a road that the GPS instructs you not to take, guess what? It will detour you automatically, but it may take you longer to get there. Does that make sense? But you're still going to reach the destination, right? And I think that happens in life as well. Because of our free will, we get off track and we take detours, but guess what? Ultimately, we end up where God destined for us to be. So do I think you miss God? No. I think you're doing the right things. I think that you are, you're not sitting at home and just praying that the God show up to your home or whatever.
She did say she goes to church functions, functions to mingle, and
I think she's doing the right things.
I will interject and say, as we were talking about the short thing and the being attractive or whatever, I understand you're attracted to light skin.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he might be a little chocolate, like.
And especially in Africa, let's just keep it a buck.
That's kind of crazy that she.
Don't call it crazy.
I mean, no, it's not crazy.
Special.
I'm not saying you're crazy. I'm just saying it's just being from Africa, like. They look at us light-skinned girls and think we like Caucasian or something. So
you're funny.
That was kind of funny. Yeah, they say they call it. I forgot how they say it. My girl was telling me the other day that they looked at her and was like, they called her something, and she's like, no. But I mean, like we said about the height thing, just pray that God will
send you your husband.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Your father knows what's best for you. And if you look at it like that, it's like he knows what's best for you. He knows what you need, right? What you laughing at?
Nothing, because like when we got divorced, I was like, oh, I want a Caucasian, pretty eyes, like.
But why?
And then I also said a light skin. I guess because I never dated. Well, I never dated really, period, anybody, but. Like, I just wanted to explore, and I'm like, hey, black guys out here, they don't see this, so why not try a Caucasian?
You felt like black guys didn't see you?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, all right, let's get back to her. What's something else that she said? Hold on. I want to look too. What's something else that she said? So the end part, like what she talked about her schizophrenia, that's what made me want to ask the question, do you think that there's somebody for everybody, right? There may be a guy who has schizophrenia as well, who takes medication and he's okay and he's all right. That's what makes me think about that. And I think it's refreshing that she's upfront with that and that's not something she tries to hide. I know I've met people who are who try to hide their shortcomings, or who try to hide their mental issues and things like that. So I love that. Like, I hear her heart in this. I think
Right.
she's sincere. But yeah, just continue to be faithful to the Lord. I say continue to pray, continue to, um, like you said, be ready, right? So while you're waiting, make sure you're ready. So like, make sure your heart um, is healed. Make sure you're ready to receive love. Make sure you've done the work, because that's a big thing, right? That is a big thing. People can say they want a lot of things, right? And then you get it and you're like, oh, this is what I asked for, and this ain't it. So trust God. Say, trust God. Tell him what you want, of course, but trust that he's going to give you what you need. Right.
Here to say, I just had a song come about. That might be my gift, like, of thinking of songs to, because the song that came to mind was, what God has for me, it is for me. So, I mean,
Yeah.
if you're praying and seeking God, like, he knows what's best for you. So
Yeah.
what he has for you is there. So
Yeah.
seek him and he will bring it to pass.
I agree. I think that's a good. Yeah. So that's what I would say. Like, and don't worry about, like you said, you're admitted to having flaws. Nobody's perfect. So and you have flaws. Every human being has flaws. Like, nobody is perfect, right? So don't worry about that part. But do your work to be at least healing, right? And emotional security. Like, be emotionally mature and being able to handle things, like when your husband talks to you or wants to share with you. And so those things I think are important, right? Like, and just be ready. A lot of women want to be wives, or no, I'm gonna say this: a lot of women want to be married, but they're not ready to be a wife. They want to be married, but they're not ready to be a wife. A lot of guys want to be married, but they're not ready to be a husband. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's no point in, and she'll tell you, there's no point where I'm ever just thinking about me. Do you ever just be like, oh, he's thinking about? There's no point when I'm about me. I'm on my post. I watched something with our son today. He did an interview a little while ago, like right when our grandson was born, and he was like, they asked him, what's the best advice I've given him as a father about fatherhood? And he says about fatherhood, he said that I told him that making sure that he's praying, he's staying in his word, and he's basically staying over his post and covering his family in prayer, right? And he said, best advice I've given him, as being his father, is if you do the hard things now, your life is going to be easier. But if you do all of the hard things, the easiest things, your life is going to be harder. And I told him that as young as he can remember, that was my thing to him. Like, that is the secret to life. Like, if you just go ahead and do the things that you don't want to do, like do the hard things, guess what? Your life going to be easier. But you always take the easy route, guess what? Your life going to be hard. How could I give him that advice? Because I did everything easy. I did everything easy. I didn't do the hard things. I didn't buckle down. I didn't do my work. I didn't work out. I didn't go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm going to the NFL and I don't like working out. I excelled and made it to college football off of pure talent and gift. Like, pure talent and gift. My high school career, I did not work out. I'll go in there and do what our coach will make us do or whatever, and figure out a way to not do that, and then I'm up out of there. But yeah, you just got to do the things that you don't want to do. But yeah, going back to what I was saying about covering your family. It's like, there's never a time where I get to be like, oh, I'm thinking about me. Sometimes I wish I could. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I wish I could be like, oh, I'm doing this for me. I'm not thinking about that. That's a hard thing to do. All right. Closing remarks. Anything. Give her some advice. Close her out. Give her some
I
advice.
said the advice. Like, you're seeking God. That's the first thing. And be open for what God has for you. Like I said, what God has for you is for you. And He's the only one that knows that. So, yeah. I mean, don't look at every light-skinned dude that's walking by you thinking it's yours, because he ain't sending you that. It might be strong chocolate man. So, yeah, that's my advice.
Yep. I mean, I agree. We're gonna end it right there. Right? Put no focus on the. It says, this just came to mind. It's perfect scripture to end. It says that man looks on the outside, but God judges the heart. So when it says man, it means male and female. Man looks at the heart. I mean, man looks at the outside, but God looks at the heart. So if you won't trade that man's heart for his height, keep it there. All right? Do us a favor. Make sure you guys are sharing this. You never know who this may help. And we appreciate the support. We appreciate the subscriptions. We appreciate the views. We appreciate everything you guys do for us. So
yes, like I said, ladies, chime in on this one. I need to know, like, what is it about us that we can't look at a short guy? Like, what is that? Talk to me.
Delusion.
Anyway, if no one's told you today, I love you. We love you. God loves you, most importantly. Have a good one.
Peace.
Hey guys, just wanted to come to you thanking you for checking out the Finally One podcast.
Listen, this is what we need you to do. We need to grow our following. So make sure you subscribe to the podcast on YouTube. Make sure you're sharing these episodes. You don't know what couple that they may help. So subscribe to us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. You don't know who you're going to help. And make sure you're following us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Yes, guys. Share. Help us.
Yeah, and you don't know who you're going to help. So it's not about us. It's about helping couples, right?
Share. Yeah.
So share, like, subscribe. Help us get our following up.